All right, God damn it. Let me go live on here as well. I don't know how this is going to work though. All right, we're gonna wait for some of y'all to get in here. Was you able to share BX?
Yes, I shared to a few. I got one confirmation that they'll join the chat.
Okay, cool. All right, so we got some that's coming in here. Please make sure you share, man. We're gonna get right to it, yo. Listen, we're gonna have a great discussion today. Oh, damn, all right. And I don't know if y'all was living under a rock, but y'all already know what happened a couple of months ago. What was that? A month ago, some shit like that. When the Ghana president came to the Negro or Foundational Black American Burial Ground, and FBA's done shut it down. So my boy Melrose Mike, he done it again. So I'm pretty sure some of y'all seen that viral clip with Al Sharpton at the with the National Anthem Network live stream. What's up, Regina? How you doing? Please share that, and I appreciate it. God damn it, everybody that's in here, please make sure you share. Thank you in advance, right? And he had some things to say, and I'm gonna play it right now. But I was trying to figure out what was this guy saying, man. And no disrespect, the guy that was in the wheelchair. I'm gonna skip that. And I don't know what he was saying, but shit, that was kind of crazy. And matter of fact, I'm totally sorry about that. I have BX, the gatekeeper, in here, and I have Melrose Radio that was actually there. So that's my bad. I totally forgot that fast. So we have my homegirl who be cooking. I mean, cooking these dudes on TikTok, man, cooking them. And we have Melrose Radio on here, man. So I need y'all to definitely show them some love. Oh, they go Halo right there, man. So how y'all doing? First of all, how you doing, BX? And what's up, Mike?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Hey, yo, BX, what's up, sis? Mike, I'm good, bro. Chilling. Thank you for having me. Word.
All right, and we got Sister Halo over there on TikTok, so hopefully she can hear me as well, man. You can hear? Okay, cool. All right, so let me play this real quick.
Can I just say this? The exploitation right there is crazy to me. Yo, why would they do that?
It hurt my heart listening. Like, why would they put this man out there? Mike, did you know what he was saying? Respectfully? Like, I'm like, no, they wrong. I ain't wrong. They wrong. They had that. What's the dude that passed away? The something Hawkins. The white. Let me stop. God, give me
Stephen Hawkins.
Stephen Hawkins, man, got him up in the chair. Darnell Hawkins.
I think a lot about things.
I'm gonna skip that respectfully. Damn.
And briefly.
All right, I'm sorry. Lord.
Thank you, Deacon Anthony, for that.
Roll his ass.
Step up briefly. We have to get going in one moment. Step up, tell us your name, and briefly, what's on your mind?
Hey, yo, as I look around this room.
Oh, shit, I missed.
If you're 35 years old or younger, raise your hand. 4 people. So here's the thing. Y'all in trouble. Yesterday, you had Al Green up here talking about we need a Secretary of Reconciliation, and then that's going to include what he said was reparations, which, by the way, wasn't reparations. Reparations is more than a check, but the very first thing it is a check. And come this year during the midterms and in 2028, if you don't have our check, you won't get no vote. No check, no vote. Yeah, I know that ain't what you want to hear, but that's what's happening. All of y'all in here, with all due respect, you're beautiful, but you're old. You're not talking to the youth. You don't know how to talk to the youth. You're trying to tell us what to do. We're not having it no more. So if you want our vote, you got to come with our paper. We're not scared of Trump. We're not scared of anybody. Biden is a racist. Trump is a racist. Kamala is a racist. And if you don't have our money, you don't get our vote. Yeah, not for you. All right, yeah, so like I was saying, I'm going to put my plan right there. But the Democrats are no better than the Republicans. No check, no vote. Y'all take care. And somebody give my man a tissue. He needs a tissue.
Hey, yo, Mike, what was he saying to you at that moment when you was like, yo, who is you? Like, what was he saying? Because I'm hearing people saying, take the mic in the background. So what was he saying to you right there? Or what was he saying to the guy behind you or whatever?
What I put together in hindsight was at that moment, because I, as you can see, I didn't look behind me. When I said, hey, who are you? What was happening was there was about 3 or 4 of Al Sharpton, or I guess maybe the National Action Network, the non-action network. It was maybe their personal security, but it was about 3 or 4 of them. And what they were supposed to do was, pack me up. I guess somebody was supposed to tap me on the shoulder or something, and like kind of motion me out and escort me out. That's what they were trying to do at that particular time. So that's what was happening. And even from the jump, I don't want to jump ahead of your questions or anything, but just for confirmation for everybody in context, none of this was planned. I wasn't invited. This was all just a freestyle last minute thing. And while I'm sitting down, once I was able to eventually get in the spot, and then if you go watch the live stream on the National Action Network YouTube, y'all see it. It was already going on before I got there, but it wasn't that packed. But when I got there, I started doing a live on my YouTube from my phone. And what was happening was basically, this is the National Action Network Convention 2026. Apparently, they do it annually every year. I'm not sure where they do it. If it's always in New York, but this year it was in New York in Times Square, Times Square adjacent, but it was in New York, Times Square, and it was from the 8th to the 11th. Yesterday was the 11th. It was the last day. So me popping up there, it wasn't planned. It wasn't on my calendar. It was a last minute thing. And I'll let you get to your questions, but I just want to point out that while I'm waiting, once I figured out that they'd allow New Yorkers to give testimony, I stood in line, and the dude in the wheelchair, he was before me. But while I'm waiting online, I'm looking around and I'm noticing a few things. One, that besides like some 20-year-olds off in the cut, I was like the youngest person there. Another thing I noticed was the big 35. You're seeing 35 everywhere. 35, 35, 35. That's why when the first thing I asked was, hey, who's under 35 here? And then the last thing I noticed was that the Tether host, he was holding the mic for everyone. And like when I saw that, I said, well, he's a man, I'm a man. He's going to understand that I'm not about to sit up here and allow another man. Like, was I bugging for that?
Hell no, you did exactly what you needed to do, brother. Everything that you did was supposed to have been done. Go ahead, continue. And excuse me, Halo, I already sent you the link to your phone already. So the link is. I don't see it. You didn't see it? It's from a 908 number.
No, I didn't get it.
All right, I'm gonna try to send it. So if anything, damn, it won't let me do it.
You should be able to drop the link in the comment section. Just drop the link, and she'll click it, and she should be able to join the stage.
God damn it! Look, that's crazy. Why I didn't? Okay, see, and I just woke up too, so forgive me now.
It's okay.
Thank you, mama. Nah, let me stop. All right, the link is in the chat. Halo. But Mike,
give instructions. Would you open up the stage later? But for right now, the link is just for Halo, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But Mike, but that was crazy. So how did you even hear about it? And then on top of that, when you were speaking, was Al Sharpton right there too? Was he hearing that? Because I already seen the video when he basically called you an agent. So I'm gonna play that as well. So was he there was he looking at you when you was talking?
Not from what I didn't see him. I didn't see him at all, but I know he was in the building. He definitely heard. And even if you listen to him, he says I believe that he didn't. I don't know. I, I don't know if he saw me, but he definitely heard me and he addressed me.
Right.
But I
Yeah,
didn't see him. I didn't see him.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. And everything what you did, man, that shit was supposed to have been said. And I'm so happy. And how was the energy like after you walked up? Did you leave or you continue to sit? And what was the energy like? Like what was how? Because I'm pretty sure of the most of them, they were older people indoctrinated, and you know they don't want to hear what you had to say. And you said exactly what you know what happens because they grow and they feel like they could just tell you anything, and they so brainwashed now and stuck in their ways because they grown, you know. But overall, how was that energy once you finished speaking to the people, to the crowd or whatever? How was that?
It wasn't receptive at all. There was probably about 8 people at most in the audience who I saw the light bulbs going off above their head. And when I was leaving, as soon as I was done, like I said, by the time I'm done, I looked to my left and I realized that these 4 men in suits, these are so-called his security who are supposed to be, who was supposed to have been got me out of there, but now they're supposed to be making sure I don't stay, which I was leaving anyway. So as I'm finished, as I'm walking out of the ballroom or the conference room, whatever, it was a ballroom actually. As I'm walking out of the ballroom, there's like people in the audience that stand up and they're heading out. They're following me because they want to, talk to me and all of that. So as they're following me, so are the 3 stooges. It was probably 4 of them, but the 4 stooges, they're following me as well. And they're calling themselves kicking me out. But then what ended up happening was as soon as we actually get out of the ballroom and into like the space, the hall basically, that would lead you to the main thing of the hotel and all of that to eventually exit. The head security of the spot of the hotel was my man's from high school. So he like, yo, Mike, what you doing, nigga? I'm like, nigga, what it look like I'm doing? He like, yo, you always been like this. I'm like, yeah, nigga, you know it. And then me and him, we chopping it up. And then eventually some of the people that followed me out, they try to get a piece of me. Some people saying, hey, I agree with you. And then some people, they trying to, tether babble and shill babble. And I was just, deflecting all of that and keeping it moving.
Hey, do any of y'all have any questions for him, BX or Halo? As far as that video?
Yes.
All right, let's get
so shout out to Melrose. I didn't expect to see that video, but in true Melrose spirit, he does stomp the yard even by himself. So it's a no-brainer that he would show up. I did hear when they were saying, I think they were saying cut the mic or turn the mic off or something. They was in a tizzy after you started speaking. What was it like in those moments? It seemed kind of intense.
You would have you'd be able to tell me because I'm just doing me. I'm in a zone where I got to do what I got to do. You've been there where I'm doing what I got to do, and then how you see how everybody else is reacting. So, like I said, I know that it wasn't being received well, but I know that I mean these people well.
Right.
Yo, this joint was from the 8th to the 11th. Al Sharpton is, like Brooks said at the regulation demonstration 2 weeks ago. Like Brooks said, Al Sharpton, you're a preacher without a church. Yo, from the 8th to the 11th, he had elderly FBAs, special needs FBAs from all around the country spending their last to come here because they want well. See, there's a different, and a lot of our elders that are stubborn and on the Democratic plantation, they mean well. And basically, they had a 4-day church service. They was up there having a church service. So for 4 days, Al Sharpton was up there Our brother in the wheelchair that went before me, he's up there exploiting these people for every dollar they have. Like the tickets was free to get in, but anytime the event is free, that means you're the product. So he was nickel and diming them, getting them for however much. But these is brothers and sisters that in any shape, form, fashion, I'm seeing elderly brothers and sisters in their 80s and 90s, maybe even 100 years old from all around the country. This is not me saying this. You can go watch the live stream. They're giving their testimonies. They're like Tariq would say, they're giving Selma babble, like they're giving Selma stories and stuff. But this is real stuff. These people, they want well, but they're just so stuck on that plantation. So I'm up there witnessing that type of stuff, that type of exploitation. And like the special needs brother that went before me, the reason why I kept that in my recording was because I want people to see this, and I want people to feel some type of way, and I want people to see that the Democrats don't get nothing done. Al Sharpton, they're up there, and it's just not Al Sharpton, it's all the Democrats. Kamala was up there, she was the vice president. Al Green is up there, if that's his real name, by the way, because I don't even know if that's his name, Al Green. But Ben Crump was up there.
Shit, I don't even know one.
Okay. Exactly. A lot of people, I'm seeing them in comments, they're like, ha ha ha, he got it wrong. It was Al Sharpton, not Al Green. But anyway, Al Green was there, Ben Crump, Westmore, Cory Booker, all these niggas is there, and they're exploiting our elders, they're exploiting our special needs, they're exploiting our orphans, and then of course they're exploiting us, the working class. They're exploiting the billionaires. Look at Puffy. So they're just exploiting us, they're abusing us, they declared war on us, and I'm lucky that brother was there that went before me, that I was able to get that before, I lit the fire the way I did, because this type of stuff, it has to be highlighted. Oh,
Yeah.
Halo, what's up? What's up?
You lit a fire to that ass.
Halo. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah. So the way I screamed and hollered when I saw you went up there and did that, like the way you had their face looking, it just looked like they couldn't believe it. When you hit that Kamala, for some reason, they feel like Kamala is their biggest god or something. Because when you said Kamala's a racist, they had it at that point. The woman in the back looked like she was ready to just collect her pearls and leave.
Word.
Like, so I'm like, shout out to you, because I think you really shook the table, though. I really feel like you shook the table. So, I mean, like, I think if nobody hear us, they about to hear us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that definitely did it.
This did it for real.
Hell yeah. Go ahead. I mean, if you want to finish on that.
Yeah, I just feel like, we need people that's bold like him. Like, he literally just walked in here by himself, standing on FBA business. And then he took the time out his day to, I was in Natural Torah Live when you were speaking on it, and you was like, you had to stand out there for an hour, and and you even have to wait behind old boy that the one that was, he know dang well he shouldn't have went up there nowhere and spoke. You know what I'm saying? Just some things ain't for everybody, and I understand that, but he's spitting all on the mic and slobbing all over the place. And sir, go on, sit down somewhere. But anyway, that's the Democrats for you. That's the Democrats thing, But anyway, elderly people who can barely talk. Oh,
yeah. And that was that, because, and it's not all of our elders, but that's that's the primary class that the Democrats rely on to straighten us out, and that has been working. Shaming us. Your elders died for you. Your ancestors died for you to vote and all that stuff. That's what they've been using, the shaming tactics. They've been using the church to shame us and stuff. And like I said, I'm sitting in here, I'm seeing the exploitation. Y'all saw the exploitation, but at the same time, I'm about to address all of y'all the way y'all should have been addressed. But I'm gonna do it with love, because as much as I don't like y'all Democratic plantation Negroes, it's really the boule, the tethers, and the shills that are consciously abusing and taking advantage of everybody. And tell me if I'm off code though, but later on in the day, I was kind of so caught up in everybody texting and DMing me that I didn't get nothing to eat, that I low-key was like, damn, man, I should have stayed for the catfish nuggets. Am I off code for wanting the catfish nuggets? Because them shits would have been popping. Yo, I hope they fed all of those
No, you're
elders
not
in
off
there.
code for that.
Now you
Man,
know
I hope they fed
so they were
those
feeding the
people.
head food. You didn't stay for the.
I hope they fed them after what I did. I
Did
know
it
they
smell like
needed
they was
something to
cooking
eat.
food?
No, that's the thing. That's the thing too. But when I left, I was like, damn, man, because I was hungry. I was like, damn, man, they probably had some bomb ass catfish nuggets. I'll stay away from the collard greens. I don't know where those came from. But them catfish nuggets was probably popping.
Nah, man, but yeah, you know they had some food. But the thing is, man, is that it's coming to their doorstep. So you know they heard the rumblings, especially when they went to the burial. So and Al Sharpton was there. Y'all was letting y'all presence be known. So you know when they hear about things, but when you actually see it in real time, they see that this movement is not going anywhere. So, and I'm pretty sure nobody expected you to come up to the mic and say what you said. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, this shit is, I know they know it's real, but it's actually, they seeing it for themselves in real time. And it's the youth. So, and by you being on the front lines, even by yourself doing it, that's a testimony in itself. So it's a beautiful thing. And I'm not going to say New York is in the forefront of it, but I could kind of say that we are because, you know, but everybody's doing their thing too. Everybody's doing their thing, but yeah, y'all putting belt to ass right now, and they really.
Can I address that?
Yes, go right ahead.
Yo, everybody, because see, that's the thing. A lot of people are new to me.
Yeah.
So y'all already know, like, oh, now this is nothing new. Y'all know, you not only do y'all know that this is nothing new, BX has been there when there has been no cameras. Like she's seen it, like, oh my God. And it's not like I'm wilding. I'm just, who's that white lady? That got me kicked out of the Harlem Day post parade meeting. The African American Day parade post meeting that they had every year after the parade.
Wow.
There was some white lady. She pops up, and she's part of the whole thing and all of that. And because I was already in there giving them smoke, basically meaning saying stuff that makes sense. But eventually I was like, hey, I got to go anyway. So let me just blow it up. Who's that white lady? All right, nigga, that's enough. Enough of you. And like I said, BX, she's been there when there is no camera. So she's seen it. But like I said, this is nothing new for me to anybody that's new here. Well, that's unfamiliar with me. But what I did yesterday, I didn't say nothing that y'all don't already know. What I've said yesterday, we all been saying that for years.
For a long time.
So it's not the fact that, oh, New York, we got it popping. No, it's just that the Democrats keep coming to New York, and that's just giving us New Yorkers a platform to say what we've all been saying. If the Democrats kept going to another city doing this stupid shit, I'm sure the niggas out there, they'd be on their bumper just as much, and we'd be talking about them the way niggas is talking about me for this incident, and then us in general for how we stay running down. The Democrats in New York, they hate to see us coming.
Yeah.
They know that's Melrose. They know that's BX. They know that's Brooke. They know that's Sage. They know that's Devon. They know that's Reverend Reverend Phyllis Coachman. And they know we're not violent and erratic. We're just talking a bunch of sense and holding them accountable, which they don't like. And so that's the thing. New York isn't like really that popping, and I'm not really that popping. It's just by chance that the Democrats keep coming here doing stupid shit like going to the burial grounds trying to say, hey, we need reparations, or going to the Sheraton in Times Square talking about we need a Secretary of Reconciliation. Like I said, I didn't plan on going there. You asked me earlier, yo, how did you know about it? Man, I knew about it 2 weeks ago. Well, apparently it's been going on. It's just never been on my radar like that. But 2 weeks ago, after we did the regulation demonstration at the burial grounds, Black Alpha had Brooke and Devon on. I really couldn't make it, but that's when you ended up calling me. At the same time you called me out the blue. Black Alpha had Brooke and Devon on, and they was giving a recap.
Right.
And I ended up watching the playback. And while I'm watching the playback, he was like, hey, since I got New Yorkers in here, y'all check this out. And he, really brought it to my attention. He said, yo, Al Sharpton, they're having the Non-Action Network Convention 2026 in New York from the 8th to the 11th. And he said, I have a sneaking suspicion that my certified New Yorkers is going to pull up. And they just laughed about it. Ha, ha, ha. And I kind of laughed about it. Ha, ha, ha. And then I just went about my day. And then, like I said, Friday, I'm at home chilling. I know my man Black Alpha go live on Friday. I'm at home. Oh shit, Black Alpha go live. I'm tuning in.
Right.
It's a regular stream up until they get to the nigga Al Green, if that's his real name. And when I heard that nigga say Secretary of Reconciliation, yo, bro, I immediately went to sleep and said, I'm gonna wake up in the morning, start freestyling, and I'm gonna figure this out. Everything that I said there, I didn't have that planned.
Right.
Like a lot of what I said is stuff that I've said before. It's stuff that we've been saying. But like I said, even for me to get there, for me to do the introduction, if you remember my joint in Brooklyn last year at the reparations joint, the first thing I did was get everybody's attention. Hey, do me a favor. If you, your parents or your grandparents immigrated from somewhere, raise your hand. I did the same thing when I got here.
Right.
As I look around this room, if you're 35 years, because I grew up in church, so I do shit like that. But in order for me to even get that 35 in my head, I had to be in there observing and not only recognizing the exploitation that they're doing, but I had to recognize the 35 that they got all over the place. And then I'm recognizing, oh snap, that 35 symbolizes 35 years that they've been around not doing nothing. And like I said, go ahead.
No. I was agreeing.
Yeah, so if you watch my joint, if y'all familiar with my video from 3 years ago when I first popped out at the burial grounds, I said Narc was up there, and Narc was talking about we've been here for 30 years. And so, like I said, when they said that 3 years ago, I said, y'all been here for 30 years, y'all ain't do nothing. So when I saw that 35, I said, I'm gonna take that same concept and I'm gonna figure out a way to play with that. And like I said, all of that was just the spirit working through me, along with the conversations that we've been having for years. And like I said, that wasn't me doing some big New York shit. That was us letting the whole world know, even though we let them know 2 weeks ago, because all you do is hear us at that Ghana stuff. But we definitely let the DNC know. Yesterday, we hear money. It's more than a check, but the first thing it is a check. We need our money, nothing less.
I'm going to play this real quick, and I want your response from this real quick.
Glad that people are here. Let me say, in terms of our report for the year, and then we're going to go on with the program. Our young people are rehearsing, getting ready for this afternoon is our youth day. I heard somebody talk about young people. They tell them to just stay around. They're going to see two people, afternoon, all of the youth in NAN. I don't know. But you get provocateurs, because anybody that's talking to somebody younger than them holding the mic, then you know that they paid agents. And if you're in the room, if you don't like me saying that, I'll say it again. Because you cannot get reparations without putting people in office that's going to pay them. So talk that ignorance somewhere else.
These coons is really clapping. Like he's really saying something.
No, people talking about
Can I address his thing? Oh, it's still going.
All of our existence fighting for reparations, made every candidate pledge to. You cannot get reparations unless you elect folk that's going to pay it. Who you going to pay yourself? So you can't, in one hand, say, don't vote for everybody, they racist, but I want reparations. Who going to pay you?
Do he just be up there talking?
He just talking. Come on, nigga. We already know we have to put somebody in office, and ain't gonna be none of you motherfuckers, and ain't gonna be no Democrat unless you really, for us You think what I'm saying? So he come on, he playing these games, and all them old people is just going along with it. I love my elders and respect them, but they so stuck in their ways and brainwashed. This is their only time where they, I guess, be entertained and being around their sororities, and a lot of these motherfuckers is fraternities and sororities. So you already know they're gonna stick together anyway. But anyway, what you had to say on that before I play the rest of it? Somebody was saying something.
Yeah. So we know Melrose isn't an agent. The one thing that this broken clock here had right was that you got to have people in office to pay you. So I wanted to just remind everybody that over 400 seats are up for re-election. Some really problematic people such as Yvette Clarke, AOC, I believe Karen Bass, and about 36 governors are up for re-election, many of them from sanctuary cities. So the plan and the goal, huh?
You say
so the plan and the
wait, is anybody talking?
I'm a land.
Yeah,
So I'm a land. So what we have to do is vote them out. The couch at this time for the midterms is not an option. But at the same time, please gear up to take those seats. Look for seats if you're uncomfortable with having an opponent, if you're willing to relocate to an area that has an uncontested seat, get in that seat. So sometimes we got to be the change we want to see. We don't want to be stuck in a cycle of complaining. Yvette Clarke is very, very problematic, right? She sits on all these caucuses and she gets funding for other nations, but she doesn't get anything for foundational Black Americans unless it's performative, symbolic, however you want to word it. They don't lock in her measures doesn't lock out any other ethnic group, right? But we're locked out of their tangibles. So we are going to pay ourselves, but we got to gear up to take them seats once we vote them out. Otherwise, there's no other way to disband the CBC because they putting themselves in on them caucuses. If y'all didn't know, I'll land there so you could play the rest of the clip.
Can I say something too? I'm glad he did respond to Melrose because at least he know that it's we out here, we ain't playing with him. You know what I'm saying? So he's getting up there responding to him. But the good thing about it is we making our presence and we mean what we say. And it's not just Melrose, but it's a lot of FBA standing behind him in the end of it,
Hell yeah. Hey, can you hear Mike? You good now or no?
I can hear you in Halo. I just can't hear BX.
Oh wow.
Can you hear me now? Because I was on mute while Halo and Mike was talking. Can you hear me, Melrose?
Can you? Well, she was just speaking, so you really still can't hear BX, right, Mike? Because she was just speaking.
Nah, it sounds muffled. I can't hear her.
Damn.
Okay, can you hear me now? Do you hear me clearly, Mike Larry? Because I got to make a differentiation.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
So maybe he need to drop out and come back or something.
Mike, do you want to?
Yeah, let me do that.
All right. Okay. All right, everybody, please do me a favor. Can you please share that I'm on? Please hit that like button if you haven't now. I would gladly appreciate it because it's been weeks since I've been live anyway. It's been a minute since I've been on. But please make sure you share. Please share, and I would gladly appreciate you. Thank you in advance. So I'm going to still play it because he know what Al Sharpton said. All right, so let's continue.
Paid or you stupid or both.
We bring it back a little bit.
Get reparations unless you elect folk that's gonna pay it. Who you gonna pay yourself? So you can't, in one hand, say, but don't vote for everybody, they racist, but I want reparations. Who gonna pay you? So either you paid or you stupid or both.
Mama snapping in the back. You tell little funky ass about it.
I mean, I don't see nobody standing up. I didn't see whoever it was, but yeah, okay. I was at college and the guy stood up talking about, I don't believe in all that nonviolent stuff. Y'all need to get out the way and da 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 and da 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 da. And all you punks, I said, hold it. with the punk stuff. I said, because you got one punk
damn.
out. You go to second punk, you're going to get the best nonviolent whipping you ever got in your life. Because I'm not scared of the folk we fighting. I ain't scared of the folk we fighting with. So let's be clear about that.
Would you get out of here, bobblehead? I will give him a wedgie and kick him down the stairs. Mike, yo, can you hear Mike? Can you hear now since you back in? You good? Or what's up?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you very clear.
BX, say something.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Halo, say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. All right, we live, we good.
All right. So
No, I think it's funny that he really got his feelings hurt, because I think what hurt him the most is Melrose said, "Who's old in here?" Okay, respectfully, y'all need to sit down or something like that. I think he's offended by that. Like,
he should be. What's your response to that, Mike?
I have a track record. I have a track record. Yeah, my fault. I have a track record and a history of just doing unorthodox stuff. So if I find 3 hours one day to go just do what I got to do. Oh, matter of fact, I told you what the plan was, what we ended up working out.
Let's talk about it.
All right, so yeah, New York City is a tourist attraction, and basically, Tariq Nasheed, and by the way, he doesn't know any of this, so don't go blow the spot up and make it hot. But basically, Tariq Nasheed, he's putting out his new Hidden Colors 6 this summer, and I've been following Tariq. I've been aware of him at least since maybe 2014. But definitely 2016, I was familiar with him. And maybe 2017, he put a movie out. Y'all check the years. But whatever movie he put out in like 2016, 2017, I was listening to his broadcast, and he was like, yeah, Hidden Colors or 1804, one of these movies. He was like, yeah, man, it's coming out soon. And then on his next broadcast, he was like, yeah, it's going to be in theaters all around the country. It's going to be in theaters on these days at these theaters. Yo, bro, every time he does that, he does it all around the country. And I've only been to New York ones, but for at least 4 to 6 movies, my nigga, the line is wrapped around the corner, 2 blocks.
Right.
You feel me? And that don't just be New Yorkers, that be people coming from out of town. Like when Tariq does movies, people go all around. Like they don't just come to New York, they go to LA, they go wherever the movie's gonna be. People come in from out of town. It's a whole event. So basically, whenever he says, hey, Hidden Color 6 will be in theaters on this day, and whenever he puts the New York day out, I'm going to start hitting people on the back channels. I don't even want him to know. I hope nobody snitches. But I'm going to be saying, hey, before you go to the see the movie, come uptown to Harlem on 125th Street.
Right.
And yeah, I'm going to basically try to take Tariq's crowd and have them show up on 125th Street deep. We're going to be right there across the street from Al Sharpton's brand new state-of-the-art luxury non-action network headquarters, and they're gonna get to hear some of my remixes. Can I give you a little sample of them?
Go right ahead, brother. You funny as hell. Go ahead.
All right. I want y'all to get familiar with this. It ain't even out yet, but it goes a little something like this. You could pay me now, but I won't vote now, because we can't vote now. You could pay me now, and we won't vote now, and we can't vote now. And yeah, so that's my response to Al Sharpton. When I end up stealing Tariq's movie crowd and popping up on 125th Street, 80 deep in front of your ass, doing a remix, yeah, we're going to see who the Asian provocateurs is. Like I said, I can do stuff like that. I can get creative and end up doing some shit like that. So Al Sharpton, he's gonna definitely hear from me, and I'm gonna end up trolling him like I've been doing, because that's all I'm doing, bro. For all these years.
What day is that gonna happen? Do you know when he's having that whatever that meeting that he's having or whatever? What day is that? Do you know?
No, like I said, bro, Tariq puts out mad movies. You familiar with his movies, right?
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, whenever he puts a movie out, he does releases all around the country. He does screenings all around the country. And the New York crowd, that shit is wrapped around the block. So whenever he says, hey, y'all, Hidden Colors is going to be in theaters, it's going to be in theaters these days. Whenever he announces the New York date, that's when I'm going to start telling, like, whoever I see showing interest. And I'm going to just start posting. I'm like, hey, y'all, pull up to the to 125th Street the day of the movie, but before, you feel me? Because he usually has 2 shows, one in around like 6 o'clock and then one like around 8:30. So I'm like, hey, from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock or to 2 o'clock, come uptown to Harlem. Yeah, tell them I sent you. And it's not a protest, it's a regulation demonstration. Because we regulate and demonstrate. We ain't really protesting no more. We just demonstrating and regulating and letting people know what it is. Like the same way I went up there and was talking to his mans. Like, I'm not about to talk into the mic, but shit, we just gonna be controlling this and pause. But I dominated the mic. Pause.
Right. You damn sure did. I want to pose this question real quick. I don't know how much time you got with us, Mike, but I definitely want to pose this question. Now we already know about how the Democrats, these bourgeoisie, we already know what type of time they on, and they are pro-immigration and things of that nature. So we already know their motives and their goal. And what we just seen a few weeks back of Mahama, former president of Ghana, those are bars at the UN, right? Which I'm gonna pass it to the Queens first, and then if you want to respond, Mike, we can do that. Far as our FBA movement, what do you think about us having a representative, not a leader, but a representative going to the UN to at least speak up for us? Do you think that is something that is probable or should happen? I think
it should happen. I definitely think it should happen because it's a lot of people that's representing us that shouldn't be representing us and saying all the wrong things. We need somebody like, I would say, a lot of people say Tariq's already our leader. So I would be like, let's not do Tariq because he already got a bad rap, and I know he got a lot going on. But I like Black Alpha. He's always showing up, got his receipts, got his ish together and stuff like that. Somebody more of that category, Melrose, he's stepping, you know what I'm saying? But yes, it definitely should have somebody to go out there and get in these seats and talk for us, because the wrong people are talking for us. We got tethers talking for us. We got people like Al Sharpton. Like, of course, we need to bump these people out the way.
Right. X, if you want to add on to that.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm so skeptical of anybody speaking to us. They have to be somebody that we know has always stomped the yard. And so if I was going to nominate someone or some people, I would nominate Sister Keisha of Thorough Black Talk Worldview. Of course, I would nominate Afro Elite. He knows the art of debate. He gets so upset with me because I just like to drop people because stop playing in my face. But he actually walks them down. Right. So I think that we need people like, and they're very knowledgeable on history. Anything that I say on this app, right, on these apps, guarantee when I go check my email, Sister Keisha sends me the resource, the scholarship behind my statements, right? So we need people like that to speak up for us. I'm not saying that anybody, Hato mentioned, isn't a great choice either. And we can have more than one representative, because then we might have to go a little regional or some ish, because look at the way they're trying to take over New York Afro Lee at this time is, he's involved with the reparations hearings where the Latinos are running up telling them they lazy and stuff. So he's watching that, and the Chicago Flip Red. We can have those ladies. And then who else we have? From Twitter, we have Sister Net. And is that Brother Earn? They watch all the reparation hearings and make sure that the calls to action goes out. We have the U.S. Freedmen's Project, Sister Brooke and Brother Divine, very eloquent, very firm, very to the point, and sometimes they make their speeches at the spur of a moment. You know what I'm saying? So we need people that definitely has a proven track record of, if not for anything else, when they behind them podiums, they damn sure on point and on code, and people respect that. So that's what we need at that time, at this time. But I believe that they do have the African American or descendants of Africa, some stuff that they hold in April, and we could join virtually. As far as speaking, I'm unsure of how that part works.
Well, let me know about that virtually thing, BX, for real.
Yeah.
Thing, I supposed to have done that too. Go ahead, Halo, my bad.
Yeah, definitely Afro Elite. How could I forget Afro Elite? Yes, he's very he has decorum. And I about laughed when BX said that he stopped playing in my face, because I'm the same way. I don't know how he got decorum for these people. He sits there and he listens, and I just be ready to rip them the shreds, but he has the demeanor to deal with it.
Yeah. Some people have that patience. I know I can't do it. I'm gonna get upset and curse you out and block you. So people got good patience. Like even Tariq Nasheed, he got patience. I'd be like, God damn, I can't even get sleep listening to that. I said, you know what? Let me watch another fucking video, because like
I'm
these
telling you,
man, my whole spirit. I'm
telling you, I'm sorry, let me shut up.
Now you good, Sam? Go ahead.
No, I be trying to go to sleep listening to something, and I turn on Tariq, and I be like, I'm hearing these tethers talk, and it's just like, I be like, look, I can't get no sleep like this. I gotta, it's angering me. I'm getting angry in my sleep.
Right.
You know,
it's crazy. Mike, do you have any thoughts on that? Because there's a couple of videos I just want to show y'all. We don't have to be here too long, but it's a few things I want to show that I need your opinion on. Mike, do you have anything else to say on that, my brother?
In general, I don't, because the UN wasn't formed until well after slavery. And at most, they were formed because of the incident that occurred during World War II with the so-called you-know-whos, you feel me? So if anything, they're there to prioritize and run interference for their ordeals and whatnot. The UN doesn't have an army that can make the United States do anything for us. If anything, we gotta go directly to the ops, and we gotta just really keep it in the street, because even those of us with decorum, see, I like to ruin the whole mood, so that way those of us with decorum aren't even disrespected, because they'll sit up there and disrespect our most brilliant and most brightest with wasting their time. They'll have they're already disrespect. Y'all talk about Afro Elite. Y'all talking about what he do on TikTok and all of this. Yo, I seen a meeting where he was at, where they like, this is real life. This is a real life meeting he's in, and you talking about some decorum and patience. Y'all would have, if y'all see that video, my nigga, they're in there babbling in his face in real life. I don't play that shit. Right. I'm gonna let you know. Fuck that, man. End this whole meeting. We all going home. This thing is over. But Afro Elite, the way he was handling it, I'm like, oh shit, damn. He killed that. And that was a good forum for him to do that. The United Nations, that would be a way too big forum to waste the time of our most brilliant and brightest. Because what resolution are we going to come to with the United Nations that we can't come to in the streets by ourselves? The United Nations didn't give us any civil rights bills. The United Nations didn't get us up off the plantations. The United Nations, they didn't spend for Latasha Harlan, so they've been not doing nothing. So fuck the United Nations.
So it's and I agree. I agree. however, in some sort, far as I mean, the grassroots, we're gonna do what needs to be done because we are shaking the table. Overall, getting tangibly, what you think the steps should be. You understand what I'm saying? Because we doing everything that needs to be done right now, and we are waking the people. Everybody's waking up. We are delineating, and but there's a political field that we have to get into as well too. Like BX said, there's 400 seats that's about to be open real soon.
Yeah, we should focus on that type of stuff, but doing anything with the United Nations would just be a waste of time.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely, yeah, we gotta get into these seats, and that's the next step from no check, no vote to unregister the vote to now we got the FBA party or the delineation party or the Freedmen party popping, and all the votes that would have went over there, it's going over here now. Oh, and we're getting votes from those people over there because we talking that real shit. That's gonna, because reparations, that's gonna be our priority. But then just in general, what's good for us is good for the nation, right? Yeah, that's what we're gonna be telling everybody else, and they're gonna be getting in line with our party. So yeah, we definitely got to start focusing that, and we're doing that. Step by step. Hey, no check, no vote. Hey, unregister the vote. Hey, new party popping, new party politics. Hey, we got new party candidates, and everybody's on code. The code is the leader. So, like I said, right now, like you said earlier, people talking about me in New York and we popping and we number one and we doing it. No, we just representing the code because we having that opportunity to do that. And like you said, the next step of this delineation, the next step of acknowledging the code, of acknowledging the lineage, is to eventually start our own party.
Right, and I think that's the
and when you have platforms like this where these conversations start, that's it. It's that natural. All we got to do is keep doing our thing. Look at that. Somebody else is going to be like, "Hey, man, I was listening to All Viral Media Access or All Viral Access Media, All Viral Media Access Live, and they was talking about starting our own party, and then that's going to start spreading." That conversation is going to start spreading. And before you know it, somebody's going to have motion in this city. Somebody's going to have motion in that city because we already not voting. So if somebody runs and all they get is 100 votes, shit, that's popping.
Right.
So that's the next step. Can I interject for a minute? Just a quick minute. Kind of to remind everybody that the UN already told America, the United States of America, that they owed us reparations. All we got was a half-assed apology and still no reparations. So Ghana actually didn't do anything for foundational Black Americans that we didn't already do for ourselves, right? So there should be, and people could double check me, or fact check me rather. But I remember around the time that it happened, I remember the UN said that America definitely owes us reparations, and we didn't get anything yet. So we're still in this fight.
They can't enforce it. They don't got an army.
Yeah, man, it's gonna go by votes. We already know Congress. They get the last vote or say so. Who votes, who's yay or nay. But the reason why I bring these questions up for the simple fact that when I look at certain videos and stuff, we all look at the comments and stuff. So I see certain ones that say, well, we know the problems, we're the solution. So that's why I try to ask those questions. And those are my own personal questions as well too. But I just want to play a little bit. I'm not going to play this whole thing. I just want to give just a brief, just a little taste of what this girl's saying, and the shit gets me upset. Well, hello, ugly ass.
Is rooted in a scarcity mentality, in a divide and conquer, and continues to really center that within Black America, within underprivileged communities. So therefore, when we look into the Black churches that I was raised into, when the Holy Spirit moves, it moves for us to be able to address the injustice. It needs to be able to move us to welcome people with dignity, with love and compassion, regardless of where they come from. but specifically when they are part of the Black diaspora. And we see, thank you so much, beloved. No. And when we are addressing those issues, and within our Black community, there's a divide and conquer. And they say, we don't want Haitians and Jamaican like my sister Patrice from Undarker Black or my brother Amadou, right? But how are we centering those realities? How are we applying what we need? And I do believe institutions like the Black churches specifically, wherever we might find them in Mississippi or in New York City, I think we can embrace that reality.
Why she's dumping it on the Black churches and Black people? Y'all always been divisive. So it's like they are helping these people infiltrate even more to basically basically just destiny swap us. Y'all already getting benefits. You're, just by you being here, having a green card, being born here, that is your reparations. The tangibles that you get from all of these Democrats that they got laid for y'all, those are y'all reparations. Like, y'all should not try to continue to eat off our plate, knowing we only getting crumbs off the plate that the food that we prepared. You understand what I'm saying? It's like why do we have to be the one that take a beating for everybody, that have to open the door for everybody like we've been doing? Like, why they think that we gonna continue to be used? I'm gonna ask that question. Like, what do you feel about this though? Because it really gets on my nerves, man. Like, what's your thoughts on that, man? If anybody have any on that, on what she said.
Okay. Can y'all go first, Mike or Halo? And I'm gonna come up the rear because I just put a Snickers bar in my mouth.
I mean, if anybody have any thoughts, it's up to y'all. I just don't like it.
Okay, I got you.
First of all, I don't like her shirt.
Yes, I stand with immigrants. You see what I'm saying? So
right, these are the people that, I mean, where's our people at that speak for us? I'm so sick of seeing these people in these positions. Like, won't you go to your home country and have that much energy in your home country? Why are you here in America with so much to say? I don't get that. Go home.
That's how I feel, and our own people is helping her. You see where she's at, National Action Network. So the Democrats is helping these people. Like,
so I have a little insight on that.
Go ahead.
Mike, do you want to go? Melrose, do you want to go first before I speak?
No, please do. I'm trying to get my phone a little time to charge.
Okay, no problem. Also, Mike Larry, if you look in the studio chat, I put two links, two calls to actions. One is called Protect the Lineage. With the UN ruling that America rejects Ghana's global framework, I don't even feel they should have the right to mention us. Not our collective net worth, not our history. Nothing they are going through is the Black experience. They're having an immigrant experience, right? In America, right? If they're here. But even globally, they're not having a Black American experience. They no longer get to ride our coattails. So that's the first one. The second one is the call for Ma'am Danny to get up on a public platform and apologize for his role in erasing our ancestors with the immigrants built New York. We know who built this city and we know who built this nation, and it was not the immigrants, okay? That's that. As far as this Haitian sitting here at the National Action Network, Sister Keisha has sent me a link to a town hall call. This town hall call happened in late January, but before February 3rd, where the TPS was supposed to officially end for the Haitians. It was very amazing and angering how they could sit there and say that, well, I'm a proud Haitian and I'm here now. However, we need to do a Harriet Tubman again, our great ancestor. Your ancestor is Dessalines.
Are
Your
you
ancestor is
Tucson.
Yes.
Yeah, I never heard. Wow, I'm surprised.
Wow, this is getting out of hand.
So listen, who was sitting there, the head of this whole town hall call was Yvette Clarke, Hakeem Jeffries, and Haitian clergy. I said, when the Haitians get all these clergy? What's going on? There were so many Haitian nonprofits. So I figured out a few things. They were trying to teach the Haitians how to, if the children were technically Americans, but they were at risk of being deported, how to sign over custody to family members still here to take care of the children, which would become our problem because that would siphon resources from our children. They were showing them how to give power of attorney to somebody else so they could always have access to whatever finances that they had here. They were showing that, saying that even if I had, one lady was saying, even if I have to hijack myself from ICE and so on and so forth. And, you know, to sit there and have to listen to all of that, but I was live streaming it to a TikTok platform so they could hear. So what I realized is that these immigrants are monopolizing not only the government, but the nonprofits, the 501c3s, because their nonprofits actually are trying to push for certain legislation, right? So these are the things that, and yes, they do have us helping them. But what amazes me is that every time I ask somebody, you know, of the lineage or maybe not of the lineage, you know, how do I set up my nonprofit? You know, how we do this, how we do that? And they look at me like I'm dumb. So they do a lot of group economics, even when it comes to the nonprofits. They do a lot of group economics when it's time to be shady. They do a lot of group economics in our government. And remind you, I said Yvette Clarke is the head of the Haitian caucus, the Congressional Haitian caucus. So they are beating out a lot of ways. And a brother from, you know, of the lineage stated, BX is one big grift to keep it a never-ending cycle where they fund each other and push each other's policies and stuff like that, because you can get your nonprofit funded like grants and stuff and then pay for another nonprofit services. So it's one big grift with them. Meanwhile, we thought all of them would represent us favorably. Right. And so that's a lot of things going on within the government. And I'm going to employ you again. And everybody says Yvette Clarke is my nemesis. But I'm with closing cycles now. Like I admire my growth. I'm going to just pat myself on the back. And I realized that one cycle we're remaining stuck in is complaining about the government. Oh, we shouldn't take part in the government. Oh, it's the white man's government. Oh, we'll never get anything. They don't benefit us anyway. Do you see how they got into office, how they get these nonprofits and they're benefiting themselves? So when I say that broken clock, talking about Al Sharpton, saying that you need people in there to fund you, we literally got to vote these people out, try to disband whatever we could disband and get ourselves in. Also, when we get our nonprofits, please try to work with others, because I know a bunch of filmmakers of the lineage working with like Caribbean and working with this group and that group. And you got foundational Black American screenwriters. You got foundational Black American actors. You have foundational Black American people that could do the soundtracks. This for me is the year of action. I ask that y'all put that in y'all lexicon, the year of action. Because this is all good, call to awareness, very good, very well needed, but we need people behind the scenes, and that's no disrespect to the ones who already started. I give you your props, and thank you for the guidance you give to me, but I'm trying to light a fire into those who are either walking beside me or coming up the rear. We got to get into action, and you can start right there with a call to action. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, man, that was beautifully well said. And it's crazy that they literally in all positions. It's like they got their chess pieces on the board in play, you know, so we have to vote them out because they just like you said, you know, with the 501c3s and all of the grants and all the stuff, it seemed like they have control of it. They got control of it. So can they be the ones who determine if we get that grant or that loan or not? Or if we can get that 501c3? Like, I don't know. Just like you said, you asked about that and they laughed in your face. So it's like, I don't trust them and the white tea people. They are being helped by them in our coon class, and it's not. It's just the Democrats. They doing everything that the Democrats say to do, and I really think all of this is just a play. Anyway, all of this is scripted. I really feel like all of this is scripted, that they have to go with that hidden hand, those white tea people that's in the people that you can't see and maybe that you do see. That's controlling everything that's happening on both sides. Like, I feel that all of this is a script and they just have to go along with what's written or they won't get their butter biscuits. So I really feel like all of this shit is just it's a movie script and everybody just playing their part. And if they don't, it's off with their head or they be ridiculed. I really feel this way, but we gotta ride this shit till the wheels fall off, man. And I just want to play a couple of more videos, y'all, and then we gonna get on out of here. But I definitely wanted to run these videos across y'all and get y'all opinion. But I'll skip that and I'll play this one right here because I seen something earlier with Godfrey, and he's one of those spooks that sat at the door of foundational Black American culture. I really don't like him now. Like, I thought I did fuck with him because he do speak up for us and all that stuff. But you see how he have that podcast with that guy. I don't know his name. He looked like a African Terry Crews. What is it? 154 Africa podcast, and they only literally talk about foundational Black Americans. All day is in their mouth. If it's 154 for 54 states of Africa, why you not talking about the poverty that's there? Put them motherfuckers in your mouth. Why y'all keep talking about our culture and whatever experience that you had when they was calling you African booty scratches at school or whatever? So these motherfuckers is butthurt, but this dude right here is he's a spook that sat at the foundational Black American door. But I want y'all to hear this real quick and y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that.
Jack Harlow, his video is just, you know I want you bad, you know I
that he says in this.
He's walking, I guess he walked, they say, why don't you walk through a kind of a dangerous neighborhood and just sing real sexy like. And he's trying to sing and be part of the hood. Get the fuck out of here. It's all set up. It's all bullshit. You're actually practicing your blackness. You're setting up blackness. Enough of that. Yo, Jack Harlow. I think I'm gonna call you Jack Harlow. What are you? I'm gonna call you Music Soulish Child. That's what I'm gonna call you. He really thinks he's one of these neo-soul. You like a neo-Nazi soul. That's what you are. You really are cosplaying the shit out of this black shit. But I blame us. I blame the Black community. Because even as I do this video, there are gonna be some Sambo tap dancing, handkerchief head Negroes gonna be like, yo man, let the dude vibe, man. Let him, you should and shut the fuck up. Okay. We need to start to protect the culture. Okay. Black Americans, you need to start protecting the culture, because whenever I speak, you guys say you're not even foundational Black America, even though I was born here. Still, Africans, Caribbeans, we start protecting the blackness of the music.
You see, I'm pretty sure y'all heard what he said. A lot of these people feel like because they are born here, they are foundational, they are Black American, they are a part of what we bled and died for, and our 8 grandfathers done lived through. So it's a real thing with them. They will literally disown their lineage to be an American. And if anything, foundational Black American. So you just heard it out of his mouth. People saying that you're not foundational Black American when I was born in America. So what's your take on that and protecting the culture okay, which is. Go ahead. What's your thoughts?
So my thought on that is, while he's calling him a cosplayer, he's speaking of himself.
Exactly.
Everything he said about him is basically you too. I mean, just because you're born here, that does not make you us. That does not make you part of our culture, and it doesn't add you into history that we created. So I think it's very disrespectful that they think just because they're born here that they have the right to speak for us or have the right to invade in our spaces. I think that's weird to me. And that goes for the entertainment, the politics, whatever. I feel like stop speaking for us. I think we should have some type of a law for us where people shouldn't speak for foundational Black Americans. We should speak for ourselves. We don't need other people speaking for us. But like I said, well, he did have valid points. It was a good message, but wrong messenger.
Right.
Wrong messenger.
Exactly. Go ahead, B.
So let's not forget that there's a legal framework for who is Black American. Black American is a real ethnic group, right? And so to be foundational, you have to have the lineage.
I'm sorry.
What's
I'm
that?
sorry. Go ahead.
You have to have ancestors that trace to an 1870 USA census. That's how come we can accept by ethnics as foundational Black American, right? And then we judge them by it. Well, not judge, but we see if they are on code or off code. In today's time, we're finding many are off code. But let me remind you, Floyd Mayweather says that he Puerto Ricans stick with Puerto Ricans, Dominicans with Dominicans, Chinese with Chinese, and he's for his people first, Black Americans. And he has he has like what is that? 3 foundational Black Americans, and then he has like 1 Caribbean or whatever. But he states he puts Black Americans first, and I think for the most part, Godfrey's. Who else is full Caribbean or something like that? Feel that they could speak for us. That's not the case. You got to have foundational Black American ancestry, and full foundational Black Americans are saying they don't want by ethnic speaking and certain forums for foundational Black Americans because the bi ethnics are dropping the ball. So in that light, Godfrey needs to stop with the us, our, we's, and we got a Caribbean, we got to protect Blackness. They're not Black. They don't have 1 ancestor who can trace to an 1870 USA census. So therefore, they got to stay in their lane. They got to learn what it is to be a good ally. And so far, nobody is carrying that torch. And I'll end there.
Man, like, you absolutely right. Mike, if you do you want to add on to that, brother? You there, Mike?
Can y'all hear me? Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with everything that BX said about bi-ethnics, but at this point, I feel we should pack everybody up as far as a Godfrey goes. Like, if you have FBA and you got a good track record, we could, keep you on a short leash. But as far as Godfrey goes, that's why I love us so much. That was so brilliant and genius. Where you basically say he's the tether that sat by the door. You really gotta coin that. But I love that perspective. I love that metaphor. He's definitely the tether that sat by the door, and no more. Everybody got to just go. He's Nigerian now. Remember the Chappelle Show skit with the racial draft? Yeah. He's back Nigerian 100%. Right. All this, the black community, like the last lady, that was 100% cap. She did not grow up in an FBA church.
That's right.
Now you do have non-FBAs, because as I got older, I reconnected with some girls that went to my church, and I was like, oh, all right, y'all not an FBA, but y'all cool. You dig? They was in the junior choir with me, the junior usher board and all of that. So I get that, but she definitely wasn't there. She wasn't there at choir rehearsal with us. She wasn't there at Sunday school with us. She wasn't getting a spanking. She wasn't getting a beating. She wasn't falling asleep and drooling and fanning herself off with a Mahalia Jackson fan with the cardboard thing. She wasn't doing that.
Rest in peace, baby.
These
Can
people
I say
are...
one more thing about Godfrey? Have you watched him on that African podcast? And I think Joy Reid was there, and we know she's not foundational at all. No foundational, whatever. And she's doing a whole lot of us, we, and our. And when he's around other immigrants and not on a solo kick or in front of Vlad, he sort of kind of drops the ball. And he even went to saying that, they called him some names or something or another. So yeah, we really got to keep a gauge on Godfrey.
Exactly. He played too many games. We let him go. Well, at least I let him slide a couple of times, but this one right here. I've been shutting him off from that. Whatever the name Reed is, Joy Reed, her little funky crunchy ass. And then, like I said earlier, that podcast is 154 Africa. Why they continue to speak about their experience here in America and the disparities or the differences between us and them. Keep us out of your mouth. Y'all have a bigger problem. Your homeland, y'all still selling children. Y'all still selling children. That off the bat, you're still selling children. Fuck everything else. Feed the kids. You got white people just walking by, giving them a loaf of bread. Got all these kids just sitting there, just begging for fucking food. That, like I said, y'all are an embarrassment to melanated people across the globe. And this is why everybody try to, when they come here and born here, they drop their flag. In blood game terms, not to say it like that, but they drop their flag. They like the shit I was just about to play. They disown their lineage and they come here and they re-identify themselves as us. They try to cosplay as us in the midst of replacing us. I mean, I know I'm speaking to the fucking choir, but it's a cultural thing that they're doing. You understand? So we have no friends, and we already doing it. We already see the play. We see it from a mile away, and we just cutting everybody off. It's just that it's gonna get worse more than it get better. That's how I feel, because they have a machine behind them, but we are the most influential and the most powerful. So, oh yeah, and I land with this, right? Even across the world, you know, people are seeing that these Africans and these Caribbeans and stuff like that, when they're in London and so forth, so on, they act like us. They act like us. And there was a video I seen. It was an African. He was in Thailand or some shit, somewhere in Asia, China, Japan, one of them. And he was cosplaying as us, right? It's at nighttime. It's like four girls. And he was asking them, are you Black American? So it took him a long time, because I guess they would have gave him some cootie cat. They probably would have loved him a long time, love you long time. And he had no choice, because he ain't look like us. And he said, no, you know, them bitches looked at him like, I love Shabba Ranks, but like, you know what I mean? Like, just looked at him with disgust. I thought you was Black American, and them bitches turned around and walked away. So I know I said a lot, but I don't give a damn. And I'll leave that one right there, goddammit. I know I'm and yeah. But
no, everybody has always known who we are. We're just waking up. And when I say we're, I'm talking about a critical mass of us, and not even a critical mass, but we're getting there. We're reaching a critical mass, and we're probably right there at the tip of it.
Right.
But enough of us have waken up and realized who we are. Everyone has always known who we are. So right. 20 years ago, when Tether was cosplaying us in that same situation, in that same location, but 20 years ago, before our delineation, he knows that he's tethering and cosplaying to us. We would have looked at him as a brother. Those same white chicks, they would have went up to him and they would have said, oh, my fault, I thought you was somebody else. Your skin and the way you was dressing and acting, I thought you was someone else. They been new. You feel me? Everybody been knew who we are. And now that we know who we are, all we have to do is keep doing what we've been doing. But just when we get the chance to show up and say, hey, Secretary of Reconciliation, that's not happening. And we just shut it down that quick. As soon as we say we ain't jacking it, it's not happening. Nothing is hot unless we say it's hot. Nothing has motion unless we give it motion. And we are no longer giving our emotion and attention to a lot of stuff. We're focusing on us. And that's why we have all the motion. We're FBA and we say so. Whatever we say, go. So whatever is happening, we got these tethers up here lying, cosplaying, tethering, doing what they do. All right, y'all do what y'all do. And we come through, and when one of us come through, You feel me? All this ever is going to take is one of us at a time. Just one, whatever is popping, one of us at a time, enough of us, however many we pull up. Once we say, hey, this ain't happening no more. The Democrats, y'all ain't getting no more votes. They shut down, no more motion. That's Jasmine Crockett.
Right. Yeah, she's done. And she did all that shit for those goddamn immigrants, and them immigrants still voted against her.
Yeah, but we still have to produce for ourselves. We still have to produce for each other. You feel me? So, and we've been doing that, and we're going to keep doing that. But yeah, we do have to get into these positions of authority and power, which we are going to start getting into. And it's going to be, you know, independent of the two-party system that we currently have. And like I said, it's platforms like this where these conversations start, these seeds get planted, and then, you know.
I want to ask you a question, you and BX, because y'all in New York, and I'll be up there real soon. But like, what's the energy like, right? Like, far as, because we FBA and we standing on business. How is the energy far as, because we know it's a lot of immigrants there. Like, have you seen like the shift or the change or anything like that? Or because I know the ones that's in New York, that's why I did a great video on specifically targeting New York immigrants, because they doing too much. I mean, I love it. I grew up with them, all that, but y'all really doing too much, and they really feel like it's us, all of our culture, like they had something to do with it when they had some little add-ons, but they know that is our culture. So what is there a different energy that you feeling since this movement has been happening? Because I know where I'm at. I'm in the sticks, so I don't know I don't feel the energy. I'm not up there. So what's the energy like?
Melrose is in the street more than me, but I can tell you what I noticed from my point of view. Right. New York has a gloom over it now. We're losing social currency, I like to call it, social standing. We're now known or talked about even by people in the in our lineage in New York. We're known as Tetherville. One lady said she moved from New York because we just gave it to the Tethers, and I cursed her the hell out. Certain narratives coming from people who are uninformed, use Wikipedia sources, doesn't talk to the people who are stomping the yard. I'm a baby in this, and I take guidance from Melrose, the U.S. Freedmen Project, Sister Keisha, Afro Lee, even if though he's outside of the city, but he has a wealth of knowledge. I got one chance to sit and talk to Tyreek on Afro Lee's Live and asked him, would he put a hidden history museum here in New York? I feel it's well needed. So what I'm saying is that when I say narratives are harmful, the way you're doing it now, Mike, calling New York FBA to the table and not just doing a think piece and saying all of Black Americans have migrated out. That's an absolute lie, and it's detrimental and contributes to our erasure. If you go, as of the 2020 census, the Caribbean population is actually on a decline. The African population has risen. However, foundational Black Americans still outnumber the melanated immigrants. I can't gauge the Hispanic community at this time. So when we look at really gentrified places that are now deemed to be Caribbean, that would be Flatbush, Canarsie, those places. We still have historically Black places that nobody wants to talk about. East New York, where my mama's family is from, the woman who raised me, and also Brownsville, I believe it is. So we're still here, but our priorities have changed. With the Tethers, and you can always tell the New York Tether. Why? Because what comes naturally to us, they overemphasize. So they crash out on these panels, and I'm like, and they be like, suck my. And you know that's not foundational Black Americans. We ain't got to do too much.
Right.
But they got to prove who they are. So what I'm saying is people who don't care about their homeland could never care about ours. And there's also, can't find a clean place in the places that I visit. I'm looking for pretty people so much. I don't see the fashion, the style that we once had, even in the Bronx, to the point I wanted to go to church because I said, I know they got to be dressed in their Sunday's best. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we're still here, and I'm asking people with platforms to let go of the whole, there is no East Coast, West Coast beef. I think some of them are still holding on to that. But meanwhile, I'm in rooms with Californians, right? And they're loving on me, I'm loving on them, and we exchanging stories. They're coming to our reparation hearings in New York saying the committee has it wrong, it's supposed to be lineage based. There is no there is no North versus South. It's a friendly battle, a jousting amongst the family. If a tether comes in and say the only problem I have is North versus South, meanwhile I can see somebody in the South getting beat by an African, guess what? I ain't never touched you in the South. I'm your family, and we got to get over this, right? So call me to the table, call Melrose to the table. You could call Mike Larry to the table. He's a New Yorker. If you on Halo's panel and you want to know something, because she gets a wealth of knowledge from New Yorkers, right, about hip hop. So she knows how to stand on business. So y'all got to call us to the table, or the people who sits amongst us. Don't just use a Wikipedia source to tell me my people ain't there when I see my people in your chat crying, we still here. Don't do that. We still here. Call us to the table, because Joe Budden can't really say but too much. I said, he tried. And then he said, but that's the FBA conversation. I don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? The only people who could fully defend FBA and our movement is delineation. Whoever could defend us in a manner that needs to be and state accurate statistics are those who are stomping the yard with the delineation mindset, because New York also has Pan-Africanism here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to say that it's a gloom for me, and I just want to restore some sense of normalcy for foundational Black Americans. Our elders are here who doesn't want to leave. They raise their families here. And so when we even talking about reparations, I notice we don't talk about the elders that much, but they feel discriminated against when they go to the doctors. They feel discriminated against when they do an assisted living. But they raise their families here. We have a lot of New Yorkers who doesn't want to leave New York. They'll travel. They'll go to the South. They'll go to the West Coast. They'll go to the Midwest. But they're always going to come back home. So we have to be mindful. I'm going to land here, Mike. We have to be mindful that foundational Black Americans are still here in New York. To say that anybody or we let anybody have everything, you didn't see the violence that we faced, and we fought back. We fight everybody. We had slave rebellions here, and the fights here that our men have had to have, right? Whether over a woman or behind them walls when they were getting jumped, we still are fighters. Now our fight is a little bit differently. And let's go to the elder who ran up on Ma'am Dammy, and at the end of her statement, she said, Black Americans, they owe us so much. I'm paraphrasing. Even our elders are tired. We just want to make sure that America, especially New York, is fair to the ones who descend from the ones who built it all. Foundational Black Americans, you got to be more fairer to us, or I could all go home as we see now. I'm a mute.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Mike, do you want to add on to that or answer the initial question, brother?
Yeah, we are still here as the majority, quote unquote, minority group. And that's good information to know that the Caribbeans are declining, meaning that they're going back home or going somewhere else. And a lot of them are going back home, thanks to deportation. So shouts to that. But in the African community, they'll be going back home soon as well. And basically, I either read or heard or saw George Lucas, and he was lying. I didn't believe him, but it was a good little story he was telling. And basically, he was like, "Yeah, man, I came up with Star Wars because me and my pals, we were hanging out, and we just said, hey, there should be a movie about this, and we created it. And I want to tell everyone out there, create what you want to see." So, every day for me, it's not what I want to see, because unfortunately, like BX said, it is a gloom. You dig? It is like a gray cloud over the city. Nothing that we've done. Well, maybe, we haven't done enough. But every day is damn near just basically like the Warriors movie.
Right.
From start to end for FBAs. We don't got no help, no backup. Nobody's coming to save us. Everybody is against us. And like I said, everybody been against us. We are just now waking up to it. And now that we woken up to it, everybody's like, oh, you niggas hate the group. But we're doing what we want to do, and we're creating the atmosphere and restoring the feeling the way we want to do it, the way we do it. So when you see a Melrose and a BX and a Brooke and a Divine and a Reverend Coachman and all those other brothers and sisters out there, and even Sister Keita that came from Detroit,
salute to her.
The fuck?
That's fire.
So even when you see that, that's New York. That's New York FBA. It was only 4 of y'all. But we was popping and we was effective.
Very.
So, yeah, I mean, for those of us that's here, it's us. It's us. I ain't gonna front. Us representing, us being outside, and us being on these Twitter streets and these TikTok streets and these YouTube streets and doing what we do. That's waking a lot of New Yorkers up. A lot of FBA New Yorkers up, and they're like, "Hey, wait a minute, FBA, what's that?"
Right.
Oh, that's what it is? Hey, wait a minute. I'm FBA.
Right.
And then it's going to start clicking in their head. Yeah, man. It's been a lot of tether shit happening throughout my life. Hey, you know what? So one by one, slowly but surely, day by day, we're restoring the feeling here in New York. And we gonna, make New York hot, make America hot. Every city. New York, Newark, Virginia, Tallahassee. Braun don't want to go to Memphis anymore. We're gonna make Memphis safe again. Yeah. So we're gonna get this whole thing popping. West Coast, down south, all that. So yeah, New York, we here, and we're gonna keep doing what we do. And like I said, what we did yesterday is currently going viral, bro.
Yeah, son. I put up your video on my shit. That shit is like. It should be like 27,000 now. Let me see. But I made sure I tell everybody to make sure they go see you. I don't know if you cut out. I can't really see. Yeah, it's 27,000 now. So yeah, so that shit is it's viral everywhere. So that's a good look, and it's a real good look, man. A real good look.
Yeah, and the thing is, like I said, people, him, that man, salute him, protect him. Man, it's the code. I'm just up there representing the code. That's the code that looks good. And that's just the lineage right there. That's just the lineage and all that. But that's the code right there representing. What you seen is a representative of the code. Any of us could have did that. Any of us could have went up there and did that. It just so happens that y'all conveniently keep saying stupid shit in New York, and that's just my backyard. So ain't but 2 train stops away. Whatever you gonna say, I'm 2 train stops away.
Facts. And the movement is definitely it's big. It's like it's really effective, and it's a lot of people, and I know because we see what's going on, so we're already in the loop. So every comment you see now at FBAs, we on top of everything, son, like fucking ants. We on top of it, so it's very effective. So I'm really proud of the effect that it has on the world. And just like BX was talking about, far as there's no East Coast, West Coast, there's no North and South beef. We all is one. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why we have to continue to do what we are doing, because it's effective, and we cannot trust anybody. You got to continue to check motherfuckers at the door. Let me see your ID. Let me see your birth certificate, nigga. Who is your mama? Who is your daddy? Which part of North Carolina, South Carolina? Where did they migrated from? And I hate to use the word migrate because they try to use that against us as if this is not one big country and we could just go anywhere freely. This ain't Africa. This ain't a fucking tribe. We are one big tribe. Foundation of Black Americans in America is one big tribe. It ain't no different tribes. It's just we just have different accents. It's one motherfucking tribe, and this is our land. And I'm just happy that this movement is doing what it's doing, because it's like like again, and I'm gonna continue to keep saying the same shit when I say this is the greatest time in history. This is a real important time in history, and we on the right side of history, man. This shit is going to be talked about from 100 years from now. So we leaving marks, digital footprints, physical footprints. You understand what I'm saying? So it is a blessing to be a part of this, because we at a time where we are leaving our own marks in our own way, and the ancestors is very proud of us because we done woke them up. These are the things that they have done, but with limited resources. We have a lot of resources. You understand what I'm saying? So we are furthering the task that they bled and died for. We are carrying the fucking torch. And I know the ancestors is working in our favor spiritually, and it's going to spill over into the physical form. So we're going to be all right. I just want to play this real quick, and I got another 15 minutes, and then we go, y'all, and that's it. But I appreciate everybody that's here. If y'all haven't even hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. If you haven't shared, it ain't gonna kill you to do so. It's free. It ain't gonna kill you. Hit the like button and share, and that's it. If not, it's fine.
I don't care about bride price. I don't care what people back home are thinking about me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about forcing tradition into my life when I wasn't raised in that tradition. Like I'm not going to be sending the money back home for no funerals. I'm not sending money back home for no weddings. I don't know these niggas. And off that, I don't know who these people are. So why do I care what anything I do looks like to them? African parents really need to get over this incessant need to do image with everyone. Oh, it's going to look so bad to the family back home. Oh, this, oh, that. I don't care. No one cares, actually. Keep your culture, keep your traditions, but don't force nobody to abide by certain traditions that you like to follow. Just please leave me alone. Get out of my face.
Like I was saying, you see how they just
African parents have
thrown away their culture, and as a traditional Black American, this is so relatable. So a lot of these people who is from, or that, well, their lineage go back to Africa, they first gens living here, this is exactly how they feel. And I can see if they are allies, even though they're wrong, you're not a traditional, number one. But just by the mindset, if you love the source, you should love the source from where it came from. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all love the rhythm, but hate the motherfucking blues. If y'all dropping your flag and disowning your own lineage, and y'all love this culture so much, and you able to live better, and y'all mimicking everything that we do, when y'all do get in these kind of political fields and stuff, and the tangibles that you get, they don't even look out for us. And they won't look out for us. So people like that, we already know. I know I'm speaking to the choir. I just wanted to just show that these people will drop their own and forget their own lineage, and come here and benefit off our, the things that we supposed to get. And on top of that, just shunning us out. Like, just, yeah, I'm copying you, nigga, but no, you can't get it. But I want to keep you exactly where you are. It's like I said before, these people are delusional. Let's read some of the comments real quick. The psychological warfare don't work on me, right? It took a village to raise you, to make you a woman that you are today, and now you don't want them. All right, those other ones. This girl, I was not born in the U.S., but I would not and do not plan on sending shit. All right, we got another one. So it's good for you. Heavy on, I don't know them. So agreed. I'm a millennial African parent in my late 30s. Good for you. Have your own voice. I love this for you. So it's a lot of them that really feels this way. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But what you ain't gonna do is act like you are a traditional American, a full-blooded American. Yes, you're born here, but again, we have to listen. Look, I always like to use the term CCA, Charity Case Americans, and I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna try not to use it too much. I know it's derogatory, it hurts feelings, but that's what I label your ass, especially if you were a tether class, and these people will work against us on any and every level possible. And I'm gonna say this because I haven't said it, but I say it off camera. These people are literal enemies, and I'm gonna be careful because I'm on TikTok too. Like, they will put us in slavery by a stroke of a pen. They will help white people put us back in chains if they were to try, so they would be on the front lines. These people don't care about our lineage and our people and our ancestors. That is like war to me. Like, you supposed to get your head cut off, nigga. What these people are doing is not nothing light. We shouldn't take lightly. They are trying to erase a legacy, erase a people, and to continue to keep a people in a certain position, just like the white tea people. These are natural born enemies. We do not need to take this lightly. All I'm saying is that I'm really holding on to what I'm saying, but these motherfuckers is enemies, and you should just look at them like you it's like America versus Iran, like, or some shit like that. Because they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about your ancestors. That, to me, all of this is war. I hope if y'all don't understand, I don't really care. But what these people doing it's a genocidal war, and they're doing it on paper, and they're doing it politically. Genocide, ethnocide on paper. In real life, like, nah, that's war, homie. Like, I don't know what other people think, but this shit is war. Damn, my phone just died. But that's how I feel. I don't know how y'all feel, but if y'all listen, man, if y'all want to close out or whatever, yes, they're an adversary, a real adversary, a real one, not no play. Like, it's no play. It's really no, not how I'm wired. This ain't no play. But anyway, if y'all want to add on, that's fine with me.
So I'm going to say this. It's not, they need to have a talk with their parents as to why they couldn't get anything shaking, anything popping, anything built, anything established, anything that could be similar to what we have going on over here, like our ancestors and our elders did for us. I was raised by boomers. So my parents, my dad is 80 and my mom's is 78. And when I say my mom's, I'm talking about my stepmother who raised me from the time I was 2 when she was with. So that day, we don't do step families and courts and stuff during those days, right? The parent perfectly able to take care of you, But one thing I do know, so no matter how much I lived around Latinos, there were some Caribbeans too. I never think I was them or they were me. Right. But conveniently, these Africans are coming here, and some Caribbeans too. They're having children, or because they migrate here, think that they're us, think that they could speak for us, and they get some pushback from their homeland. But even then, that ain't my issue. That ain't foundational Black American issues. We are taking care of us, and they have become willing tools of white supremacy. They're not a traditional anything, but except a traditional fleer. Period. And I do recall Tariq saying that during certain time periods, the immigrants here kept a low key. I believe some may have returned home. Like, they came here, did what they had to do, they went back. We're not seeing those immigrants today. We're seeing the vultures. We're seeing the appropriators. We're seeing those who are, they're high and mighty, and they ain't got the accolades or they shouldn't get the accolades because they ain't got no accomplishments behind it. What have they done for anyone besides study for themselves how to undermine us? So I blame their parents. The parents misidentified them too. I remember seeing a Caribbean lady talk about her auntie was saying, "You're dirty, you're nasty. Look at this room," because that's what Black Americans do. And I'm saying, how is she Black American when her whole household is Caribbean? So there needs to be some proper education if they're going to continue migrating here, and for the ones here too. You can never come here and be a traditional anything because the traditionals already did it all, and that's us and our ancestors. Get it? Yeah.
And I swear, I want to play just 2 videos and they short, and I'm getting out of here. Mike, do you have anything to add on to that, or no? And I appreciate you staying this long, my G, and you as well, BX.
Because Melrose be out, he be like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Yo, Mike, if you got anything else to do, man, it's all love, man. You're my guy. You can finish doing what you're doing. You heard?
Nah, I'm chilling. For as long as I can, for as long as my phone don't die, I should be good. But yo, I'm listening to what y'all saying. But we're good. We've already won. We have to know that we won, and we just got to keep being in the winner mindset, the winner spirit, and just keep wanting to be a better us, and meaning just ourselves as individuals. As long as we want to keep just being better, we will keep getting better, and we'll keep making each other better, and we'll just keep doing better, and we'll just keep being better. Yo, bro, I'm over here going super stupid viral right now. Like, it's OD popping, and that's just not me. That's us. Like, everybody that they're following me, I'm super viral, bro. My phone, it can't smoking over here. That's us. That's the code. I just went up there and talked what we talking about right now. I just did what we do right now. Right. Like I said, you put any one of us. It ain't Melrose. You could put Mike Larry up there. You could put BX up there. You could put any certified from across the country. You could put any one of us up there, and we was going to represent. Right. But right now, I'm going stupid viral. I'm like, man, wait till the rest of us just start popping up places. Yeah, it don't even need to be an event like this. It could just be a Chinese restaurant. Hey, man, my fucking rice is cold. Pardon me, my rice is cold. I'm tired of this. Stop going here, y'all. Turn up, and then the next thing you know, that person's lit. Look at Mr. Tendonism. He lit. Who else is lit? It's mad people out here just lit, just doing natural, regular stuff, and we supporting them. So we lit, independent, absent of both parties. And look what's going on with their cultures. Epstein lists, wars all over the WARs all over the place. Mm-hmm. What we doing? We lit. Look, you're talking to somebody that's lit. We lit. I was just on the joint with Black Alpha. He's lit. He about to be up and hit a color 6. That's number 1 going around the world. We lit. We got motion. We popping. Right. These tethers, those days are over. They're in the last days of tethering. Yeah. Because being a tether in mindset, that's still going to be around in mindset and heart. But as far as in action and ability, the way they've been having it their way, they ain't having it their way no more. As soon as we come through and shut it down, it's over. Whatever was happening, it's over. So we winning. We good. We've won. We've won, and we're gonna get the bag. And like I said, when we get the bag, that's not the end all be all to replacing the system of YT supremacy with a worldwide system of justice. Because we're gonna get our money here, then we're gonna go get it from Africa, then we're just gonna go over to Europe, and then we're just gonna be ruling this whole joint. Because that, all right, let me relax, but chill.
But yo, I want to say something. Right? When you because I remember you saying video. You was doing videos in Harlem, and you went to Melba's, and it got workers in the back. What I've noticed as well too, there is a I forgot the dude's name, and I should look for the video. And he's going in Long Island, and he showed one that's in Manhattan. My point is that. There are a lot of cosplaying soul food restaurants. They got a soul food restaurant, but they Jamaican. They got the beef patties and all that shit. All of this shit is documented. This is not just pulling shit from the air. They cooking our food, and we know it definitely don't taste like ours. But they are literally using soul food to pull our people in, serve them our food and some other fucking Jamaican food. And there's a Asian one, and there's another one. Basically, these Caribbeans, mainly and Africans, I may add, is cosplaying and creating these soul food restaurants, and there's nothing soulful about it. You understand what I'm saying? So have you been seeing that in New York? Because there is some in New York that's doing that.
So on Melrose, if you check your TikTok messenger, I sent you a screenshot of the other day I was looking for seafood, right? And so a restaurant came up. I said, this look weird, you know, the macaroni, stuff like that, but something was off key. And I wanted to know if you still do the where your people from in the restaurant. So you got a screenshot waiting for you in your TikTok inbox. So yes, I have been seeing it. Mm-hmm.
Is it a man? I think I know exactly what you're talking about. But go ahead. I forgot the name, but go ahead, Slav.
It's on 174th, I think, in the Bronx.
Yeah, they're doing that all over the place, cosplaying our restaurants and stuff. That's expected. That's expected. But you know, I'm seeing, like you said, there's a guy, he's going around and he's, you know, putting the word out. And that's all we got to keep doing, putting the word out. And the word is getting out that we doing that. Even with Nick Shirley, when he comes around, they're like, oh shit, man. He's around. So, and the same thing with us. You know, when some of us come around, oh man, like that guy, he's lit too. He's lit over there. And I would guess he is FBA. So he's doing his own form of delineation work, and it's just lit. And the way he got it, you know, and that's putting everybody in the mindset, in the mind frame. So hey, where y'all from?
Right.
So, and then once we go, that's our thing. And I don't know if, you know, I'm sure you was familiar back in the day when the GANGS came to New York. Those things was heavy. And, you know, if you was in the wrong area, because it was bad enough just already not being from a hood. But then once the GANGs came into the effect, it's like it was a certain level of pressing that went on, and
B's and the C's and all that, man.
Yeah, but we ain't doing that. We are not doing that. But that's how they're trying to make it seem, and they're trying to make it seem worse than that.
Right.
They're going to the triple letter. They're going to those triple letters. Oh, y'all are the triple letter. Shut up, stupid. And that's all we gotta do is laugh it off and tell them shut up, stupid, and just keep being fly and keep being FBA. That's it. We are good. We have to be in the shut up, Tether, shut up, YT supremacists, shut up, you know, whoever, and just keep it moving. We are good. Like, we won.
Right.
Delineation was the key. We won.
I just want to play these two videos and then y'all could close out, and that's it's going to be real quick. Let me play this video right here for you, Tether.
Right. 13,000 homicides from illegal aliens as of 2024. 13,000 homicides, Liz. This is a absolute and total slaughter of our people, and it's time that we start charging the people in politics and in government and in the Biden administration that decided on these policies. The blood is on their hand. This Haitian did not belong in America, should not be here, should have never been here with a hammer, should have never been able to slaughter that woman. Okay. That happened in my state. That happened in Florida. I have a family here in Florida. I'm raising my 4 kids here in Florida. It very well could have been my family, my children, my wife, or me. And you know what? Many Americans have to wake up every single day with that fear. It's time for us to look at legal liability. In a righteous country, we would have legal liability for the Biden administration, who decided to simply loose open the borders to the third world to take the prisoners, rapists, murderers, and some of the worst degens of society and loose them upon our civilization.
We got
a
news
human
coming in.
rights violation.
It is human rights abuses, yeah.
Crime.
And it's a violation of their oath to protect and defend American citizens.
But as we see, you know, they are literally making that distinction and making sure that they identify these criminals as whatever Caribbean or African background that they are, and it's so good because they are making our statistics look bad. Go ahead. If anybody have anything to say on that, or if not, but I'll play the next video and then.
No, yeah, I want to say that's good. Like, because nowadays, like I said, we won because delineation was the key. Nowadays, it's taken over. Hey, man, these Haitians, these Somalians, these immigrants, they're committing all these crimes. We got to get them out of here. You know, so we won. And we just got to keep we got to keep our foot on the gas though. We got to keep going hard. Ain't no time to be chilling. Ain't no time to be partying. We can be partying while we're working and even chilling while we're working, kind of. But we got to keep going. And as long as we keep pushing back, it don't even be it's just me. Bro, it just be me pulling up, and look how much chaos that be causing.
Right, and I'm telling when I come out, man, if something happened in June, nigga, I'm pulling up. I wish I was there with you right there at the NAN shit, the National Action Network shit.
Yeah,
right, you nigga, what real shit.
But like I said, a lot of people are always saying, hey, let me know when the next one is. Let me know when the next one is. And that gets into the whole FBA is not a group thing. How am I gonna let you know when the next one is? I don't be planning this. I don't be speaking with nobody. I just kind of wake up and freestyle and end up at these places. And like I said, I don't be going anywhere to, oh my God, I gotta wait for the perfect time to jump in and make us. No, I go somewhere. If y'all saying, hey, we're going to be speaking about reparations, and then something janky pops up, what I'm supposed to do? Sit around and act stupid with you?
Right.
I'm supposed to sit around and just be polite for the sake of being polite? No, y'all sitting up here keep saying a bunch of janky stuff in front of adults, and that's not true. That's incorrect. I'm calling it out right now. Hey, this whole thing is over. And even if they only kick me out and continue the thing, at least I turned it up to the point where enough people in there is going to say, hey, you know what? Because that always happens. Like once I turn something up, and like I said, when I turn up, I basically just like ask BX, like all I did was say, hey, who's that YT woman? And they kicked me out of the space. Even though like I was kind of giving them a little heat. And when I say giving them heat, I was just saying real stuff that was true. And they just don't like that. They don't like the truth. They don't like accountability. They don't like accurate history. And they definitely don't like us setting the rules, setting the tone, making demands. They don't like none of that. But so what? So what? There's a bunch of stuff we don't like, and we had to put up with it. And hey, no more. Now we all got to be uncomfortable. So yeah, put up with what our demands. Put up with how we putting it down.
Right.
Can I give a little context to when because Melrose keeps saying, if y'all didn't catch it, who's that white lady, right?
Right.
So we attended the African American Day Parade. We don't like the name. And so when we went, this was my first time even going to an event where I would speak in favor of foundational Black Americans, because I'm primarily on the internet or print media, stuff like that. And so I got to see, the U.S. Freedmen's Project and Brother Melrose specifically. And when it was his time to speak, Melrose actually asked the question out loud that us who were standing on foundational Black American business wanted to ask. That's what Melrose did. He had he said, he gave his spiel, and then he went and he said, and who's that white lady? Because she was sitting there just as comfortable. They were treating her like family. But after Melrose got put out, because she did the whole, and they start crying in the middle. Hey, that's wrong. And people, the Pan-Africans. But come to find out what I took from the situation, because she came over to me and I heard her say, hey, sis. So she's one of those low income, she may not even be low income, but in the so-called inner cities and urban areas, they have the low income, poor white people. Mm-hmm. And then unfortunately for us, some of us take them in and say they could say the N-word, they could call us sis, they could do this, they could do that. And so therefore we have somebody who's non-melanated, who is not FBA, sitting in positions where they can make decisions for us and they won't release the name, So that's what Melrose did. He had the heart to ask who was the white lady.
Right. Hey, you say things that people are afraid to say, and that's good. Word. I want to play this. This is a little cringy, but I'm a fast forward. I just want to make a point. So this will be my last video. I seen this earlier. It made me upset.
He's disgusted. Oh, disgusted, right? Yeah. Sorry.
To be honest, sometimes I actually have no idea what's going on until I open Monday.com and boom.
I really can't. God knows I can't. I just want to know my daughter is okay.
No, unfortunately,
No! Please tell me that nothing's wrong with my baby.
she's deceased.
No! God, no! No!
I'm gonna leave that one right there, right? So it's this guy, beautiful girl right there, right?
To the Fulton County Deputy District Attorney, Amber had more than 25 different blunt force traumas to her body. She was beaten to death, and her body had reportedly been there since the day before.
Basically, you said that this person left a note, Amber Kelly, basically pet sitting.
Murder, her boyfriend.
This is the guy. I just want them to read this part, and that's it. Real short and brief. Bring it back a little bit.
Prosecutors say at the time of Amber's murder, her boyfriend Mamadi had 2 open domestic violence cases against him for assaulting her. Detectives spoke more with Amber's mom and sister, and this is what the incident report says. She reported that they have been in and out of a relationship since 2021. I asked if there had been any past domestic violence incidents with Mr. Tombajang and her daughter. Miss Kelly explained that 2 years ago in July, her sister was knocked unconscious by Mr. Tombajang in Norcross, Georgia. She explained that he had left her with a busted lip and a broken nose from that incident. She reported that the busted lip was so bad that her gums were visible. However, Miss Kelly reported that her sister started to talk to him again while he was still in jail, and they eventually got back together. Miss Herndon reported that Mr. Tombajang is from another country and is not a citizen, and he uses his brother's name instead of his own name. She also reported that he used his brother's name for the Norcross police report 2 years ago. Miss Kelly reported that Mr. Tombajang is originally from Ghana. Miss Herndon also mentioned another.
You see that? So we got a lot of these fucking tellers that come here illegally, do a whole bunch of crimes, beating up and killing our people. He didn't get away with it, but a lot of them do get away with it. So it's like, yo, when I watched that whole thing earlier, especially that when that mother was crying, that shit was kind of crazy because she didn't stop, and those officers did not even console her on not one occasion, and like she really lost it. But these are examples that we need to stay away from these people. Now, let me just say this for the record. There are some cool ones. I grew up with some cool, I ain't grew up with no fucking Africans at all. But, you know, my Caribbean brothers, my Puerto Ricans and so for so on. There's some that I grew up with, was a lot that I grew up with, some people that I fuck with. So I'm not saying this, all of them, that's not cool. There's some cool ones, but I'm standing 1,000, 10 toes down when it comes down to my culture and my people. I will not waver, and I don't care if y'all don't like me by standing up for my culture. It don't bother me, and I really don't give a fuck. But I know there's not bad ones, but I'm on this side. If I still show you love, but if niggas dislike me for loving my culture, just like y'all love y'all culture, then it's just gonna be that way, and it's not gonna affect me. So I don't care. But far as the teleclass and these fucking these rapists, these murderers that come here, that was led here, that they open the floodgates and let these people come here and ransack, and like, yo, it's crazy. Yo, Kamala and Biden should go to jail for this. They need to go to fucking jail for what they did to this country. Okay? So, but yeah, I just wanted to just show that, man. These people come here with no allegiance to this land and coming here with their savage mindset, because they usually get away with beating up women and killing people there, and they don't go to jail for it. So it's a majority of them, that's just how they are. Any fucking way, it is what it is. If anybody can close out, please close out. We getting the hell up out of here. And what's your thoughts on that, if you have any? And I'm about to go cook because I'm hungry.
My dinner's made and waiting for me. So I just want to say, so I want to just say this as a native New Yorker, one with Southern roots. So here's the issue. We do have friends, individual friends, but our individual friends, we have to even have cultural boundaries with them. If they don't have any cultural respect, then we can't consider them a friend. I don't necessarily believe in allies, because one thing I'm going to tell you, you can hang out with a Puerto Rican all day, every day. But if another Puerto Rican gets into a fight with a black person, a moreno, a morena, that Puerto Rican going to stand on the Puerto Rican business, okay? Trust me, Black Americans are the ones who hold their people accountable. So if we walk up to a fight and there's a black man and a Puerto Rican, or a black man in the Caribbean, and we feel the Black American is doing too much, we're not automatically going to take up for the Black American. We're going to say, nah, man, you're doing too much. I don't find too many from the other ethnic groups doing that. So we're not talking about our individual friends. We're not talking about our spouses or whatever the case may be, because some of us do have marriages, children, and all of these other things with other ethnic groups. We're talking about the collective, right? And we're talking to the collective, the tethers. Tethers is an action. The action is that they say they're melanated like us, so they use that and they undermine us. Let's take Westmore. Westmore try to tell us he's part FBA, right? Part Foundational Black American, but he had a chance to approve a reparation study for our Maryland FBA, and he says no. Let's take Yvette Clarke. You know, she gets up here, she tells us. One of my first introductions and knowing who she was or trying to understand her was that, oh, we understand those who were enslaved here, but it's time to move on from there. Right? She's a tether. You know why? Because she's in a position of power. She creates some of those caucuses herself, and then she gets actual tangibles for her people, her ethnic group, her lineage. Guess who's not a part of her lineage? Us. And guess what she gets for us? She doesn't get anything tangible. She gets anything for us that even her people can tether onto. There's no specific anything for foundational Black Americans. And these people will use our history, don't know who Black American is, so AOC said, and then tell us we got to move on from slavery. Meanwhile, they're on national stages talking about like Black Americans. So, you know, those who descend from this and they went through that and we're similar to that. So we need X, Y, Z. And then they act like we're asking for too much when we say, hey, we're still here, repair us. So we're talking to those people who are in position who undermine us. We're talking to those who lie about our history and say the Caribbean and the Puerto Ricans co-created hip hop. You cannot Marcus Garvey was the Prince of Pan-Africanism like Umar. You cannot migrate into a place where movements are already going on. Culture is ongoing because our culture is fluid, right? And say that you created anything over participating. You didn't create anything here. You participated. And to say otherwise is erasure to us. To vote no for anything to repair specifically us is contributing to our erasure and further subjugating us systemically. So we're talking to the tethers who have become willing participants in the tools of white tea supremacy. But what do we know about white tea supremacy and what they do to their tools? They break them. And that's why they're facing mass deportations now and travel ban restrictions and taking away foreign aid, this, that, and the third. You undermine your greatest supporters because we champion the diaspora the most. And there y'all go, stabbing us in our back. Our land.
Beautifully. Mike, you can close out, brother.
Gatekeeping the culture is protecting the culture, and it's preserving the culture. And delineation, that comes with gatekeeping, and it comes with regulation, and it comes with determination, and everything. What our destiny is going to be moving forward, we're going to determine that. It's no longer going to be left up to the Democrats. It's no longer going to be left up to the Republicans. Whatever we say goes, and we just have to know that. I don't want anyone to see these videos and be like, oh man, he did it. I want them to see these videos and say, man, I can't wait till I see such and such, or I can't wait till such and such come to town, or I can't wait till I go over here and see such and such, because we have to let such and such and whoever have it moving forward. We have to lay down the law. We have to be the law. We have to be justice. We have to embody the law. We have to embody justice, because we already embody the culture of America. Everything that makes America great is us. So we just have to continue to know that and walk in that spirit and lay that law down. And whatever we says goes, and whatever we not jacking, it's not happening. And it's just going to be like that. Yo, Mike, I appreciate you and everything you do, man. BX, I love you. I appreciate you. I know we're going to end up bumping into each other soon as well. And everybody out there, I appreciate y'all. Hey, yo, can I drop my channel link in the chat?
Yeah, bro. Come on now. Everything. Send them everything. Absolutely. Hell yeah.
All right. I hope I could get this before my phone died. But yeah, once again, I definitely appreciate it, man.
So I want to say this while Melrose drops his chat. In New York, Black Americans are documented as being here from the early 1600s. Documented, right? That doesn't mean we weren't here before. I said documented. And it's also documented other people didn't start migrating here until 300 years later. We never needed a Puerto Rican, a Caribbean, an African, anybody to create our culture. We did that. We broke every racial barrier here in New York. We rebelled here in New York. We ain't never need nobody to help us, and we don't think we need y'all now. So I could fully stand behind mass deportations. I descend from those who are documented being here. The earliest I found was 1750 in New York.
Right.
Being raised by the Dutch before New York became New York. What are we saying? You didn't give me my culture. I gave you yours.
That's right. We've been here, and don't forget we had slavery here. So we always been here. We got Weeksville and what's that Crown Heights, right across the street from Kingsborough Projects. That's where my family are from over there on my father's side, Ralph and St. Mark's. I had a lot of buns out there in Kingsborough. Woo, not too far from Brevoy, but we got a dominant Black community that had their own newspapers. They was affluent. They had money. They had their own culture. Man, and it's still there. Let's talk about that. I thought you okay. I thought you had something to say, but yeah, I'm putting Mike. I'm fine. I'm going to your page now, and I'm gonna put your links in there. Let me do that right now. Let me go to your. I already put your Twitter. I'm gonna go to your Instagram. Where we at, baby? Yeah, your shit definitely going viral. Everybody putting your shit up too. So
yeah, I can't manage this shit no more. I just gotta let it rock.
Yeah, let that shit rock, nigga. You already know. And it's good you put your like your watermark on there, your name and all that shit. So that's good. And it's going good on the TikTok shit joint. So it's like 30,000 now. And I told everybody to go follow you and everything as well too. So, it's always love. And everybody, make sure y'all hit his links right there. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. What's the one on TikTok? It's Melrose Radio on TikTok, right?
Yeah, Melrose Radio on all platforms. The Melrose Mic joint, that's just like my personal one, but that's available too. But Melrose Radio on all platforms.
All right, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Your Mike, you have a good one. BX, have a blessed one.
You too. Thank you, peace. Thank you for having me.
No doubt. All right, everybody, definitely appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate BX. I appreciate Mike. Appreciate Halo. She had to go for a minute. And but I appreciate her just making her presence known. But hey, man, we know what we need to do. And that's it, man. And please make sure you share this live. Please share this live. Please share. Hit the like button if you haven't. Please share this live. And just stay on code, man. That's all. So we winning, man. We just keep going. And a lot of people is not gonna want to go, is not gonna want to be on code. You can't save everybody. Just know you can't save everybody, and just go with your spiritual feeling on what's right. And that's it, man. The ancestors gonna guide you. You know, the family definitely gonna protect you. And just keep it pushing, man. Listen, this is history. And just know, just live in it, you know, because we living in it, and just do your part. That's all. I'm gonna make me something to eat.